The time has now come for us all to do more. From this evening, I must give the British people a very simple instruction. You must stay at home.
Over the last week, after the publication of the committee report on whether Boris Johnson knowingly misled Parliament, with the resounding answer being yes, that he is in fact a great big liar, we've had a selection of politicians and pundits trying to undermine it by people like former Downing Street Communication Director Guta Hari saying things like this.
Do you agree with the Select Committee that Boris Johnson lied to the House?
I don't see how
Yes or
you
no?
can get into someone's head. I don't, in principle.
So you
How
don't
can you
agree
know
with it?
The accusation was misled. Answer yes. He corrected the record as minister.
Well, misled deliberately, which is another way of saying lie.
I don't know how they can say that he deliberately. I don't know how you could attribute motive to people and get inside their heads and decide that.
Okay.
It didn't matter to the police. Why should it matter to the former leader of the Labour Party?
Okay, let's just correct the correcting of the record with this video and again hear from another example from Brendan Clark-Smith that we can't get inside Boris Johnson's head.
They decided he lied. He misled on 9 occasions.
But unless they've got a crystal ball, how they can know that he intentionally did that, I don't know. I don't know what other people are thinking, of course, and what Boris Johnson said.
Have you read this report?
I have. They will come to the dispatch box. They will correct the record, as Boris Johnson did.
He didn't do that, according to this report. He didn't do that.
Well, Boris Johnson corrected the record at least a couple of times.
No, not according to the committee's report today. Are you sure you've read it?
Now, most of us believe Johnson is a liar. He has past form as a liar, and with the whole Partygate episode, we've seen him obfuscate, change his story, and basically try to squirm his way out of the situation. Before we conclude, let's have another example from Jacob Rees-Mogg, or should I say Sir Jacob Rees-Mogg. What a shocker, he's standing up for Johnson.
Have you read the report and has it changed your view on Mr Johnson?
I've read the report carefully, and there are a couple of things that might be worth highlighting. One is that they seem to think they can get into Boris Johnson's mind and find him guilty of misleading because they think they know what he was thinking. So when he goes upstairs, they think that he must have noticed. Well, they have no evidence for that. That's just a supposition.
So it's true, we can't see inside people's heads and know what they're thinking, but here are 2 things to think about. First, either he didn't truthfully believe they were illegal gatherings, in which case it shows him to be a truly shit leader and a very poor PM, or, secondly, sometimes we have to make judgments by gathering facts and assessing them.
These are the only reasons you should leave your home. You should not be meeting friends. If your friends ask you to meet, you should say no. You should not be meeting family members who do not live in your home. You should not be going shopping except for essentials like food and medicine.
Hear the excuse of "I didn't know" by somebody who did broadcast to tell the public not to do the things that then he went on to do is no excuse at all.
If you don't follow the rules, the police will have the powers to enforce them, including through fines and dispersing gatherings.
Click here for some more stuff about Johnson.